Hello Virgo, I'm Claire-Louise-Behealing.com and this is your energy update for the 10th of May 2021. I hope you're doing well. Check out your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus signs as well to get a full picture of what's going on for you this week. Let's find out for you, Virgo, what is happening. I've got a live show pretty much every day live here on YouTube. You're welcome to come along to that. I would love to see you in there. If you've got a burning question for your higher self, you can come along in there and by donation get that answered. Or if you want some guidance for something that's going on in your life at the moment, I do those as mini reads. But if you want a full reading from me, you can get that from my website, behealing.com. I get those out within 24 hours. So limited availability. If it's all sold out, please check back later. Let's find out what's going on for you, Virgo. What have Virgos got in store this week? So I'm doing it in this new format, Virgo. I hope you like it. Let me know if you do like it. The May reads were very popular, doing them separately like this. So let's do it like this then. Would love your feedback about it though. So let me know in the comments if you like this. Let's get some cards for Virgo. What's going on for Virgo this week? What's this week all about for Virgo? I think you got the change card as well. Same as Leo. Yeah, bringer of change. A big week of change for you. Now, we've had a lot of stagnant energies around for all signs. There's not been a lot of movement forward, a lot of patience and waiting and all of that. But it seems to be changing this week. That change is coming. It might not be as you expect it as well. You've got the paradox as well. This card is coming out for so many signs. As I said, check your sun, your moon, your rising because of that, and your Venus too. Magic maker, magic change happening for you this week, but paradox. It's not all going to be good. There's going to be balance to it, right? So there's going to be challenge. There's going to be equal gift and challenge, as everything is. So don't be too disappointed in the changes that are coming out this week. If you're thinking that it could have been perfect, then no, nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But there's still change happening, and if you want change to happen, so let's get some tarot out for you. What's going on for Virgo this week? The Seven of Wands. Kind of something that you've been waiting for. You think you've been waiting for, but you've kind of been resistant to. Maybe you've not realized how you've been resistant to it, how you've been blocking yourself. You thought that you were going toward it. You were ready for it. This week, you could be finding out how you haven't actually been ready for it, how you've been blocking yourself. You could be releasing that so that change can come in. Two of Wands, making a choice here, a new choice for your life. Which way shall I go now? What should I focus on now? What should I do now? That kind of thing. Let's get another one out for Virgo. You've got two together here. Again, waiting. Three of Wands. You've been waiting for something as if it's going to happen to you. High Priestess out with that. So you could have intuitively been getting an intuitive hit, or thought that you've been getting an intuitive hit, that something's just on its way and you're ready for it, and you're just waiting for the rest of the world to be ready, or you're waiting for someone else to be ready. So you've been waiting for your ship to come in, for that perfect wave to come in, intuitively thinking that that's the case. I think this week you're going to find, I know I said this weekend, so it could be around the weekend that you get the aha moment, but I think you could be learning that, oh, I wasn't waiting after all. I was waiting for myself, and we always are. We're always waiting for ourselves. We think we're waiting for the rest of the world. And then we find out, oh, yeah, I wasn't really ready, was I? Happens over and over again. So the Seven of Wands, you have been blocked to it. You've been a bit resistant to it, even though you thought you're totally ready for it. Tell us more about this for Virgo. The Tower. Oh, God. You needed something to fall apart. So in other words, yes, you were blocking this. You were blocking the manifestation from happening, that change coming about, because you were resistant to it. Something needed to fall apart first. Now, that thing that needed to fall apart could be your ego. It could be your fears, you getting over those fears. You could have been trying to manifest something to be just right for you so that you didn't have to deal with your stuff. And that is in alignment with you're thinking that you're completely ready for something when you're not, when you're in resistance. So something falls apart. to kind of push you in the right direction. It's a good thing. It's the universe helping you, but it might be a surprise, a shock. You know, if you think you're totally ready for something, you're like, prepared yourself. You're like, I'm just waiting for the universe to bring it in now. I'm waiting for that person to be ready. I'm waiting for that business to be ready to employ me or whatever. And then you get a shock. Oh, and that shock, you get turned down or something like that. That shock forces you to confront that block that you've got within yourself there. Abundance. Oh no. Virgo. Okay. So you could have been waiting for money coming through before you did something. You thought you were ready for it and you were just waiting for the money to do it. Then it comes crashing down. Then maybe you've got less money than you had before or something like that. Something shows you, no, you can't have that. We're never waiting for the money to do something. Never. Because if we're totally ready for something, the money shows up. We're in alignment and the money is showing up. Abundance is showing up if we're in alignment with something. If we just got the flow going on. So if you're waiting on abundance, I think the opposite's going to be shown to you, what you were waiting for. The opposite is going to be shown to you. It's never about the money. It's literally never about the money. If you're making something about the money, you're mistaken there. It's never about the money. Okay. There's been quite a lot of wake-up calls this week for a lot of signs. As I said, check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign for a full picture of all of this. But Two of Wands, so you've been waiting, but now it's time to make a new decision. It's like a fresh decision. Okay, well, that didn't work out. It's not that it didn't work out, it's that bigger barriers are put in front of you. Justice. You're still believing in justice. You will get justice, but you're going to get it for yourself. You're going to learn. The true emotion is about a relationship. So it's time to choose whether you want to be in a relationship or not, or if you want to be single and move on. You could have been waiting around for someone here. The Two of Wands, look at her. She's looking out the window there. She's like, what shall I do? Justice. She's been split in half here. She could make one decision. She could make another decision. A love offer. You could be waiting around for someone here, believing that you're your person, and then this week you decide to maybe it's time to make a new decision. Maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe it's time to be single. That's your decision to make. You will get what you want in the end, but there's things to learn before that can happen, Virgo. Not just you, everybody. That's life. That's called life. Now you've got anger around this. This came up for another sign as well. Anger. You might have been believing in someone a little bit too much here and they make you angry. You know, it's like expecting that someone is working toward being with you and you've been waiting for them. And then they get in touch with you and you say, oh, you're coming in now. They're like, no, I'm with someone else now and I'm getting married. And you're like, what? I've been waiting all this time, but did they ask you to wait? Did they say that they were coming? I feel like you need to make a new decision here. So you've been waiting and you thought you had that intuition to wait, Virgo. Tell us about this. Waiting for that perfect way, the Three of Wands, or the perfect timing. Tell us about this Three of Wands and the High Priestess for Virgo. Awakening. And the Page of Inspiration. So you're awakening to something. You're awakening to the truth now. Your mind is going to be changed all of a sudden because of this Tower moment this week. Yes, change is going to come about, but you got the paradox there. Of course, you got the paradox. It's going to be magic, though. It's heading you in the right direction. Could be a very confronting week for you. But it's going to wake you up to something. Virgo. What's behind this then? Three of Wands, the High Priestess, Awakening, and Page of Inspiration. What's behind this for Virgo? What do they need to learn about this? Home. Your stability in yourself, you Your stability isn't in anyone else. So there's something that you've been waiting for. You've been looking outside of yourself for some kind of stability. And then they're like, no, I'm not coming toward you. No, I wasn't like waiting to give this position to you, this job to you, this relationship to you. And you thought you had the intuition that that was going to happen for you. You were kind of manifesting it, and it's a big shock, a big awakening. And then you realize, Virgo, that you have to create that stability within yourself. You got the abundance card out. This very well could be about money. You could have been looking to a relationship to give you some kind of stability for money instead of creating your own abundance. We've all got connection with source, with abundance. The universe doesn't want us to get it through anyone else, doesn't want us to lean against someone else. That's codependency. That's giving our power away. We don't want to give our power away. We don't like that. We don't like that feeling. Give our power away and then someone takes power over us. It's horrible. You don't want to get into imbalances like that. So that could be the tower that's falling there. You've thought that you've been waiting for something, and then you find out, nah, makes you angry. So there's an amount of self-forgiveness to do. Forgiveness of other people, yeah, whoever it is that's made you angry here, that shows you that you were incorrect in your thinking, in that belief that it was going to happen for you. And so forgiveness of them, whoever it is or whoever they are, and forgiveness of yourself as well for fooling yourself. There's a little bit of delusion here, self-delusion going on. But you're being shown the way out of it. That awakening is great. And the justice too. The universe wants to help you to see this clearly so you can get what is truly meant for you. And so that you can learn the lessons so that you can become that person that will get what is meant for you. There's a definite call for stability within yourself. You've been looking for something outside of yourself. You're never going to find it outside of yourself. If you do, you're going to find the opposite. You're going to find it's actually the opposite. It's insecurity. If you're looking for security in someone else, you're going to get insecurity. Okay. Honeymoon. Oh, in your love life. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Oh, let's find out more about this. So what I've just been talking about could be in your career. I don't know, the two of emotions is that. And this honeymoon lover is making you angry because it's out with the two of emotions. That's definitely about a relationship. This one, waiting for a relationship and making a choice for a relationship. They make you angry. But you've got honeymoon. Don't let your past hold you back. Okay, so this could be an ex then. This could be an ex that's making you angry. And then you've got to make a new choice. Maybe you're still involved with an ex. Maybe you've got kids with them or something like that. And they're making you angry. Their behavior. You're expecting them to be a certain way and they're not. And that makes you angry. New decision to be made there. This could be someone new. Honeymoon. Don't let your past hold you back. It could be time to cut ties with your ex completely and just go, you know what? I'm not dealing with them anymore. Maybe you've got a joint business with them or something and it's like, this is not worth it. Let's just sell this business and be done with it. I don't want to work with you anymore. I don't want to be a part of your life anymore. I've outgrown this. I've learned from it. Let's finish it off now. That completion. Very well could be that. What else? Oh, what a tumultuous week for you, Virgo. Big decisions, I think. You're the bringer of change this week. You're going to make that decision. That Two of Wands sat there in the middle. You've got a big decision to make this week. And I think you've got anger here and the tower moment and stuff like that. You're being pushed into that decision. And your emotions could push you into that too. Sometimes we need to get to that point of anger or something to make a decision that's good for us. So if that's the case for you, Virgo, maybe ask yourself why. Why do things need to crash down? Why do things need to get so bad before you'll make a decision that's good for yourself? Maybe it's time to love yourself more, Virgo, and make decisions faster for yourself before it all comes crashing down. You've got compassion here. Demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. You could have been compassionate toward other people and missing yourself out and not being compassionate to yourself. Putting up with all kinds of crap. until it gets so big, until the house is full of crap kind of thing, before you'll do something about it. Don't do that, Virgo. Sort something out when you first feel it. Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting. Hesitation. Okay, that honeymoon card. And there could be someone new coming in, Virgo. Very unusual for someone new to come in when you're holding this kind of an energy, if you're resonating with it. But yeah, for some of you, you've got new love coming in. That honeymoon vibe, that when you first started dating and you just think they're perfect. Be careful, because you've got all of this energy going on of self-delusion. Don't do the same thing again with someone else. Just give that warning there, Virgo. What else is going on for our Virgos this week? It's a big week of learning for you, for sure. Let's get one more out. One more for Virgos. There we go. Okay, 2. Yeah, just take that. Okay, you've got the bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. I feel like there's been a recurring issue in your life, and you might not have had clarity, and I think you might get clarity on it this week of how you're doing it, how you're leaving yourself out, how you're leaving it too late to make a decision for yourself, how you're clinging to trying to get blood out of a stone, or security out of someone that's insecure, or money out of someone that doesn't owe you anything. That kind of thing. Successfully overcoming a problem that's been a problem for a while. Stepping into a new experience. It's about time to do that now. This 2 of Wands, you're making a decision this week. Make that decision that's best for you. Try something new. Don't do the same things over and over again. Don't fall in those same holes. Virgo. Hat, you'll be playing a different role. Play a different role. Do it differently. Learn from this and do it differently next time. Don't do the same thing over and over again. So this new person coming back in could have you, if I'm talking about relationships here for you, this new person coming in, it could be a rerun. It probably is a rerun of this same thing, because you, like I said, very unusual that someone new would come in when you're in this energy, but not very unusual for someone exactly the same to come in with this energy. In fact, very likely that someone exactly the same would come in with this energy. Do you need to have another example of this same thing? Or are you going to wake up to it? Tortoise, slowly, but surely getting ahead, slowly learning this lesson, slowly overcoming the problem, slowly seeing your part in it. It's okay to do it slowly. You don't have to. Life's not a race. You don't get an award at the end of it saying, oh yeah, you went through those lessons fast. But one thing about it is our life gets so much better if we learn from it. So much more pleasing, so much easier, less stressful, more rewarding if we learn from those lessons. If we know ourselves, learn those lessons. That's too many. First card out, the shadow. Shadow work. Virgo. You need to understand what has been working against you. And instead of embracing those things and going, oh, I'm just stubborn, or whatever it is that you are, learning from that instead of declaring yourself as being that. Like the shadow work is about loving the shadow parts of ourselves, but sometimes it's a double blind kind of thing. Sometimes we think we're doing shadow work when really we're affirming our dysfunctional patterns. Your dysfunctions isn't your shadow. Dysfunctions are to see clearly and then do something different. So Virgo, you might have been thinking that something was your shadow, loving it, and really it's just a dysfunctional pattern that you can actually heal. The vow. So this relationship that you need to let go of here, you could have vowed either through marriage or vowed just inside of your head that you were always going to wait for them, that they were your person. You might have had a very strong belief that they were your person. They're not. They're not. I'm getting that as clear as day. They're not your person, Virgo. Someone needs to hear that. Agape is unconditional love here. Unconditional love for you too. Someone that's going to unconditionally love you. Now the first person to do that is you. You've got to do that. Unconditionally love yourself. So if you think you're unconditionally loving everyone else, you could just be codependent with everyone else. You could just be giving to everyone else, putting everyone else first. People pleasing is another word for it. It's not real unconditional love. Because if you're not filling yourself up, then you're expecting something back from them. So it's not unconditional love. If you're not being filled up by something, if you're not making sure that you're being filled up by something, you are expecting something back. You have to, otherwise it's out of balance. So make sure that you're loving yourself unconditionally as well, at least 50%. Divide the other 50% of your loving up between everybody else, but keep 50% for yourself. Wow, Virgo, that's a bit full on. You've got quite the week ahead. You might not like this reading, but it might be useful. So if it was useful, then please click that like button, click that subscription and the notification bell. I do 2 pick a card reads a week. I do these energy updates for the week for each star sign. I also do a daily energy update for the collective, and I do my live show, Psychic Cafe. Would love you to be part of this community. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support of my channel. Have the best week you can with these energies, and I'll see you next time. Bye.